Hey, what's up, guys? This is Fula with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. So in this video, man, I just want to talk about Guillermo Rigondeaux. So it looks like he's fighting on January 13th. He has an opponent. I believe his opponent's name is Giovanni Delgado. Now, I don't know much about him, but it appears that, he's just kind of like a gatekeeper dude. Now, Guillermo Rigondeaux, he hasn't had that many fights, man. I think he's only had like 18 fights, maybe. 18 or 19 fights. Now, granted, he's around 38 years old, but I think he's much older. That's just my thought because, Cubans and those Eastern Europeans like to falsify on their ages. But honestly, he hasn't really had any wear and tear on his body, bro. He really hasn't been through any wars. So with that being said, I don't know, man. Maybe he challenges for another belt, man. I don't really know at this point. But, considering, the fights he's had, man, he hasn't really even, been through no heat, really. I have my thoughts on the Vasily Lomachenko fight. He didn't really hurt him. When I really look at it, he just kind of tapped him on the head like a drum. There were not really any, straight on clean shots. They pretty much skimmed his head most of the time. At the end of the day, I think maybe he still has some in the tank, man. It just depends on how he's going to look on the 13th. Because, he's been really inactive as of lately. I think that fight was in last December, man. Last time he fought was last December. So it's over a year since he's fought. And it just kind of sucks, man, how they did him. They really, did him wrong. For some reason, they just had it out for this guy to, not succeed, man. Not succeed off of talent alone. The thing is, he doesn't really talk that much, so he doesn't have really a marketable personality, but his boxing skills speak for themselves. So that guy is a very skilled, very polished boxer, man. We saw it in a lot of his fights. And it's just good that, he's coming back. I'm happy about that. And, it's just a bigger story, basically. When you really think about it, in the boxing world, there's only been very few Cubans who have been marketable. The original Kid Chocolate, he was one of them because he had a Hollywood thing going on, but he can box too. He can box his ass off. You really think about it, Sotomayor wasn't really marketable like that, and that's the truth. When you look at a guy like Erislan Lara, same thing. Not really marketable. When you look at King Kong Ortiz, same thing, man. But the one common denominator with all these Cuban fighters, man, is they can fight. They're really fundamentally sound, great boxers, man. Their skills speak volumes. But it's the problem that they're not really vocal. They don't really have personality that, the fans want to see. But at the end of the day, they get the job done in the ring, man. That's all that matters, really. They get it done. they get it done in the best possible way. And if you ask me personally, I think they have an entertaining style, man. I mean, I just think they know how to box. That's just the bottom line. They know how to box. I mean, some of them are comfortable with points, just doing it by points. Others are more aggressive. When you look at like Yurokis Gamboa, he's more of an aggressive type fighter. When you look at Erislandy Lara, he's a guy who just kind of like sits back, takes it easy, pot shots you, counters you, but makes you look really bad in the process, But he can turn it on, though. We've seen Erislandy Lara turn it on before. But yeah, man, I got an immunity with the Cuban boxers, man, because, the boxing scene in Cuba, man, I've done a video about it before, man. It's just really strict, really disciplined, man. And, with these professionals, man, they live their life like that, too. Like, that's why I think Rigondeaux can fight more, is because of how he lives his life outside the ring. Like, you rarely see that dude engaged in anything like that would, like, damage his reputation, so to say. And I'm looking forward to more Cubans coming into the limelight. Some are defecting. One I'm really looking forward to, and he kind of reminds me of like a Zab Judah. Hopefully soon we're gonna see this guy. I believe right now he's in Europe. I don't know where he is, but I think he may be in Europe, boxing, getting some things together. But there's a guy named Robeisy Ramirez. Robeisy Ramirez, man, I think he took a gold. I believe, he took a gold in Rio, right? And although it's amateur, and amateur is different, definitely, without a doubt, amateur boxing is different. But he beat Shakur Stevenson. But I think with Robeisy Ramirez's style, it's fan friendly. He's like an aggressive type fighter, but he's still defensively responsible. So I'm really looking forward to that guy, and I hope soon we're gonna see him, man, because he needs to be let out. He's a very, very good fighter. He has what it takes to take it to the top level. I believe so. And right now, as it stands, Cuba in a way is kind of like drying up in terms of talent, really. I guess because of the country's political situation. Because they have a lot to stand up against, man. That's the thing. But I think we're gonna still see some more guys coming through, man. We'll see it. And then, like, what I like about the Cuban style is like it's like a defensively responsible style. I mean, they just do everything to do not to get hit, but at the same time they throw punches. Very, very good style. Very, very fundamental. Really, really stresses the footwork aspect of it. So that's the one thing I like. And another thing about the Cuban style is that it's not necessarily that they hit hard. It's just that they hit precise. They hit you and it's gonna hurt, but it's not necessarily power. It's just the technique and shot placement, which really does it for them, man. Now, granted, there's some Cubans that you have that, are kind of like falling by the wayside. that are kind of, I guess you can say, gatekeepers. Like one of them being Yordenis Ugas. You know, he's fighting Sean Porter coming soon. But the thing is with Ugas is the main issue with him is that he's kind of pillow-fisted, man. Now, granted, he has a decorated amateur and Olympic pedigree, but still, it hasn't really transitioned to the pros. He's lost a couple of his big fights. I guess you can say his most significant win was against Thomas Delorme, which I guess you can say is pretty okay. But I don't know if he can cut it in the welterweight, man. I really don't. But, you know, I'm just happy to see Rigo back. Hopefully he can maybe add some things to his style. You know, because he's definitely like a pugilist in every sense of the word. But perhaps maybe he'll bring some like more aggressiveness to his style. And maybe make it more fan-friendly, man. Me personally, I don't mind the style. He has a very good style, but, you know, for these fanboys, man, you know, it has to be fan-friendly, basically. Now, what I'm wondering, though, and I'm going to just end on this, hopefully he has the mental fortitude to put behind him what I want to say is the no mas against Lomachenko. Now, I have my theories about that no mas because he wasn't hurt in the fight. You know, he really wasn't when you really look at the fight, and I watched the fight like more than one time. I mean, there was nothing really that was really hitting him significantly. Now, I don't know if he really hurt his hand or not, but hopefully he can put that behind him. Just go ahead and like really push himself forward. I mean, the circumstances of the fight really were pretty crappy, to say the least. And, you know, he just got to really just bounce back and show people, and just pick up where he left off before the Lomachenko fight, man. Just getting those guys out, calling out the big guys, you know, in his division, not moving up 2 weight classes to get a fight, not like that, you know, and not under stipulations where he loses belts when he's not even fighting for those belts. You know, that was ridiculous. That was hella ridiculous how they set that one up, bro. It's like you're really trying to you're really trying to blackball this guy, and they succeeded, man. But anyhow, I think Al Heyman will set him right, man. Under Al Heyman, he'll have a new slate, be able to push through, be able to pick up where he left off. And yeah, man, I can't wait. It's been a while since we've seen some Cuban fighters in the mix. And, you know, that's all I got for now, guys. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Let me know if you think it's time for Rigondeaux to hang him up, or let me know if you think that, you know, he still has something left in the tank. That's all I got for now, guys. Shout outs to the whole LDPC. Shout outs to Cuba, man. Shout outs to all the Cubans out there who are still with the revolution, still pushing a good ideal, and still pushing the ideals that will equal success in their country, man. That's all I got for now, guys.